Everybody doing? My name's Mike. We got Mr. Roots hanging out here, and we also got Mr. Gucci hanging out with us today. So we're going to talk a little bit about marking the dog's behavior. So when we're working with the dog, we're going to either encourage them or discourage them. When we encourage them, we're going to say, "Attaboy, good boy," and we can actually even give them a pet, sometimes depending on how excited the dog is. If your dog's very excited, you do not want to pet them. If they're super excited, by the end of the training, the dogs have calmed down very much with me, but with the owners, they still get pretty excited at first because the owners got to show them that they're going to do the same thing as me and not just pet them all the time for looking like cute dogs. Because unfortunately, anytime you pet these dogs, they are you're reinforcing whatever they're doing in the moment. And generally, people come over to people's homes who have new puppies and they pet them and tell them they're good boys and good girls, and the dog's doing nothing but being excited. And when your dog's excited, they're going to bark, lunge, or bite, or if they have potty training issues, that's when they're going to go, is when they're excited. So there's all sorts of things, issues that arise from that. So the goal in training is to keep the dog calm, mark the behaviors, correct the dog on time with an effective correction for the appropriate, whatever they're doing for the appropriate energy. You're having an effective correction that matches the energy that they're giving. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the shake hand to correct this dog, and I'm also going to use the leash to tug the dog. So I'm going to get the dog up, just work him a little bit at my heel, which means I want the dog to follow at my heel. So anytime the dog goes in front of me, I'm going to give him a correction with the leash or with this shake hand. The reason I'm using the shake hand is a little more effective than the leash for him, is what I've noticed. So that's why I like to use this. So like I said, we're going to mark behavior. If the dog's doing something good, we're going to say, "Attaboy," like right now, "Good boy, good place, Gucci, good job, good place, good boy, good place." But if he was trying to get off the bed or something, I'm saying, "Hey, no," and I'm giving him a correction and then direction. So no, leash, tug, place. That's how the formula to know works, to get the dog to understand that I don't want you to do the behavior you're doing right now. So he's been pretty excited tonight, so it's a good opportunity for me to try to kind of work him with this, with the leash right here. Okay, heel. Hey, I'm doing that preemptively just because he's been real excited lately. Heel. Good. Sit. Good. Sit. And he gets real antsy on the leash sometimes. Heel. Sit. Good. Sit. 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 I did that because he's just kind of moving. Sit. Attaboy. Sit. Heel. Sit. Okay, place. So see how you didn't go on? I just give him a little leash pressure. Place. Good. Good place. See, when he lays down, I can say, "Attaboy." I just worked him a little bit ago. That's why he's kind of calmed down now. Before I had the camera on, he was pretty excited. And that happens sometimes. Dogs are kind of like humans. They might have moments where they're more excited than others. The important thing is to just be on time with either your correction or saying, like right now, "Attaboy, good place." Good place. He's almost like falling asleep. Heel. Sit. So when we have him at our heel, that means I don't want him to pass my feet. So heel. When he goes to pass my feet, I give him a correction like that. Sit. Good. So I want him to be right where he is there. Heel. So anytime he goes to sniff the ground, I give a little correction. Sit. So he basically can't do anything but sit there. If the dog goes to sniff the ground, lay down, or anything like that, I'm going to give him a little correction. If he goes to even move, or I even think he's about to think about moving, I give him a correction. And the reason is, at first, when I get these dogs, they are so excited, they kind of go in every direction. Whenever a dog's head goes a certain way, their body's usually going to turn that way. So that's why you see me kind of correcting the dog even for their head movement. And to control them outside, you first need to be able to control them right in here. Heel. Sit. And to help control that too, I can move his leash up just like that. I can move his collar up to the top of the neck. That'll help keep his head up more. Heel. And a little correction. See, he's trying to get in front of me. So when I turn, he tries to cut the corner, so I just give him a little leash tug just like that. There you go. Sit. Good boy. Good sit. So now that he's listening, he's calmed down. I can give him a little pet. Heel. Sit. So a little correction. You see he's sniffing the ground. Heel. Sit. So a little correction because he kept walking forward. Heel. Sit. Good. Good sit. Heel. Sit. Good boy. Good sit. Attaboy. Heel. Sit. Good. Sit. Sit. Good. I put my hand on his back to keep him still because he'll move when I'm walking around him. That's how we start them off to get used to someone moving next to them. Heel. Sit. So anytime they go to get on place, we have them sit at any threshold. So whether it's, hey, sit. We don't say stay to the dogs, we remind them of whatever we're asking them. So if I'm saying sit to them, we don't say stay, sit, sit. We don't say stay because if we say stay, we're really asking them to stay sitting. That's why we say the word sit. We repeat the command, we keep the words down to less words. It's going to be easier for the dog. Place. Place. The reason less words are easier is because you have to attach meaning. You have to attach meaning to all the words that you teach the dog. So if you say stay to a dog, you're kind of teaching them that there is another command. What did I do with that shake can? There it is. And so I can have this in my hand so I can kind of control him from a distance, so I don't have to stand right next to him. If he were to get off a place, you would just say no, step on the leash, tug the leash, and then put him back on place. That's how we teach the dog. Ideally, we want to catch the dog before they jump off a place. You want to say, hey, just like that right there. And I'm actually going to lead him a little bit more on there. Place. I'm gonna lead him a little bit more on there because he had the leash under his foot, so I grabbed his foot to get the leash from under, and he took the opportunity to lay on the edge of the place, and now he's kind of using his head to sniff off of it. So it's better I just kind of put him more in the center of it, so he'll like be set up to succeed rather than fail. So that's how you want to mark the behavior of your dog. So whatever they're doing at all times, you're either agreeing or disagreeing with what they're doing. So if you're not saying no sometimes, it's like you're saying yes. So like right then, if I didn't say no to the dog for sniffing the ground, he's going to take that as, oh, I can just get up off of place. So it's very important to be effective with the correction and be on time with the correction.